Terrigal, early this morning you came out with an announcement about travel restrictions and the requirement for permits for people entering the Central Coast. Tell us what the rationale for that was.
Yeah, look, thanks, Dave. It's a really important announcement because we have seen Sydneysiders utilising a loophole in the existing health order, which allowed them to move freely between Sydney and the Central Coast. Now, while it might be legal, it's not in the spirit of the exercise. And look, I had so many locals who were concerned about people coming up and going backwards and forwards between Sydney without any controls, effectively, and because of that loophole existing. So really pleased that as of 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, that loophole will cease to exist, and you will need a permit if you are travelling from Sydney to the Central Coast. And that's a really good outcome for helping to keep our region safe. And I can confirm that the police up here on the Central Coast, who are doing an excellent job, may I say, will have no hesitation in enforcing that health order. And if you try and evade it or don't do it, you are facing a $5,000 on-the-spot fine per person. In addition to that, you'll be returned to Sydney immediately anyway. So it sends a very clear message. In addition to the health orders that say you should not be travelling anyway, it says that now is not the time to be coming to the Central Coast. And quite frankly, right now, if you're here on the coast and the coast is not your primary residence, you need to be planning to go home because, again, this will come into force as of 12:01 a.m. this Saturday.
So where do people go to apply for a permit, and how long does it take to get a permit?
Yeah, look, that's a good question, Dave. Obviously, Service New South Wales are the providers of these permits, so I'd encourage anyone who's got any questions at all to call Service New South Wales on that 13 77 88 number, which is manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and the team are doing a great job. The health order obviously comes into play today. It'll be written today. So once we've got more details around the health order, we can obviously provide the community with more information around how long they'll last. But the health order is being written as we speak. So again, a very good outcome. And again, Service New South Wales will be there to help the community to get those travel permits in place.
What does the permit look like? Is it on the Service New South Wales app? Is that how that works?
Look, again, you have to apply through Service New South Wales for this, and obviously the health order is being written right now. So again, best contact Service New South Wales once the health order is in place, and they'll be able to walk everyone through the process. But again, I need to be really clear. This is about people coming from Sydney and coming to the Central Coast from Sydney as well. So that was our main concern. And again, that was the main concern of the community because they saw people flouting those health orders, coming up on a Friday, bringing the entire family with them, and then going back on a Sunday or a Monday, which just wasn't in the spirit. And not just that, but also potentially putting our region at risk unnecessarily. And so I'm really pleased that this is coming into force.
What are the exceptions? There's three in your media release. There were three exceptions. Can you take us through those?
Yeah, look, obviously one of the ones, again, is regarding essential travel, as we know, which is an existing one. In addition to that, there's also owners of, so second homes, of course, if you do need to come up and work on the home, you can only come up as a singular person to do that essential work on that home. It requires urgent maintenance. In addition to that, inspecting a real estate property, but only again if you are buying that property, not as an investment. So if you're looking to come up and it's an investment property, that is not a valid reason to come up, and it won't be permitted. And of course, authorised workers from the Sydney LGA, obviously it is important that they have one of those permits coming up as well. So there's some of the reasons. But again, it sends a really clear message to people that, you know, if the Central Coast is not your primary residence, you shouldn't be here. And if you do try and flout the laws, or even worse, lie to the authorities, you are facing a $5,000 on-the-spot fine. And again, the message is very clear, and the community are in hyper-vigilant. And I've got to thank the fantastic Central Coast community who have not hesitated in coming forward to Crime Stoppers when people are breaching the health orders. And again, so a very clear warning to those who think they can get away with it. People on the Central Coast won't cop it, and they will call Crime Stoppers. And I know that our police are doing a very good job with enforcement right around the Central Coast.
The last question is from readers who ask, what about Central Coast residents that need to travel, for example, further out to the regions for work and otherwise? How does that permit system work?
Yeah, look, at the moment, obviously, so the health orders for the Central Coast are being written as we speak. But with regards to further travel, the best advice I can give is to speak to Service New South Wales. Again, they have all of the information that anyone would need on that 137788 number, or you can go to the Service New South Wales app or their website. And again, most of the questions are pretty well covered in quite a bit of detail. So a little bit of reading. But again, if you're confused at all, just give Service New South Wales a ring.